Hello, everyone. I'm the Sports Wiz 101, and today I'll be giving you my predictions for Week 18 of the NFL season. So, predict all these games set to take place in Week 18. Last week we were very disappointed with our predictions. We went 8-8. Some NFL teams might love to be 8-8. We don't. That is a massive disappointment for us. And we'll try to do better here in week 18. So let's start. We're going to start as we often do in week 18 with the meaningless games in the NFL. So in the AFC, let's start with the Browns and the Bengals. I like Cincinnati here. I think that Cincinnati will be able to move the ball a bit better than Pittsburgh did when Cleveland beat them last week. Ultimately, I like Cincinnati. Chiefs Raiders. Sad that my Chiefs are in a meaningless game here, not because they've got some playoff spot locked up, but because they're missing the playoffs altogether. Here, I think the Chiefs, unlike the Raiders, are at least trying to win games. So I'll take them to win. I think this will be the first win in the NFL career of Chris Oladokun. Yeah, I like Kansas City there. Looking now at the NFC's meaningless games, you got the Packers and the Vikings. Green Bay has the 7th seed locked up. Vikings will be missing the playoffs. Would not be surprised to see Clayton Tune under center for the Packers. I haven't seen anything official about that yet, but that's just who I'd expect. And if it is Tune, I expect the Vikings to roll. I expect the Vikings to control this game very easily and win it. Cowboys and Giants met up back in week 2, if you'll remember. Um, that was a game that was a massive shootout down in Jerry World. And I think the Cowboys offense will roll to a similar amount. Giants, not so much. So I'll take Dallas to win it. And that does it for our meaningless games. So let's go back to the AFC's. These games that have some sort of meaning towards the playoff picture. Start with the Colts and the Texans in the AFC South. This one's my lock of the week. I'll take the Texans. I think the Texans are arguably the hottest team in all of football. They're playing some of the best football in the league right now, and now they get a Colts team that I think they probably would beat anyway, but now that they're starting Riley Leonard instead of Philip Rivers, I've got to think Houston wins this game easily. That sets up Titans Jags to pretty much sell the AFC South. And I'm going to take Jacksonville here. Yeah, it's a game that Jacksonville you would think would easily win there. And it's a win that would keep Jacksonville alive in regards to home field in the AFC. Another team hoping to get home field in the AFC is the Patriots. As they host the Dolphins. They've got the AFC East locked up for the first time since Brady was there. And I think that they should be able to handle the Dolphins. I'll take New England to win this one. Which then puts pressure on Denver against the Chargers. Chargers, the past couple of years, have seemed to have the Broncos' number. But even with potential playoff implications for the Chargers, they could still change their seed. They could be as high as the 5 seed in the AFC. They could be as low as the 7 seed. But they don't care. They're still benching Justin Herbert from what I'm hearing. And with Herbert riding the bench here, I think Denver's defense wins this one, and Denver gets the top seed in the AFC. Looking elsewhere, Bills they're in a similar boat to the Chargers where they can improve their seed. They can get as high as the 5 or as low as the 7. Ultimately, I think they win this game over the Jets. No problem had with New York. And then that takes us to the Sunday night game. Ravens and Steelers going at it in Pittsburgh. I like the Ravens here. Pittsburgh just has a very suspect run defense. You go up against a Ravens team that's pretty good at running the ball, and that's not a very good combination. Throw in the fact that Lamar Jackson is expected back for Baltimore. Plus, you didn't really think that the AFC would start its playoffs without 3 of the 4 elite quarterbacks in the conference, right? So yeah, we'll take Baltimore to win the AFC North. Over in the NFC, we'll look at the NFC South first. Carolina and Tampa, they'll be going at it Saturday afternoon in Tampa. And look, back in the preseason, we were talking about this NFC South, where I felt like I would be stupid to keep picking against Tampa Bay. Well, Tampa Bay in the past few weeks has kind of made me look stupid, because they have been just ice cold as of late, losing games left and right. At this point, I just think that the momentum has swung so far against Tampa Bay that I can't really pick them to win this game against the Panthers. I think Carolina wins this game, and to be honest with you, I think they get the playoff spot either way, because I think Atlanta wins at home against New Orleans. So even if Carolina were to lose this game, I think you'd have that 3-way tie scenario where Carolina would take the division on tiebreaker. So yeah, I think Carolina gets the NFC South's playoff spot either way. Elsewhere, also part of that Saturday doubleheader, we got the Seahawks and the Niners going at it in Santa Clara. NFC West on the line. NFC's top seed on the line. And I think that the 49ers offense is just too hot right now. I'm going to take the 49ers. It actually qualifies my upset of the week because of that. But yeah, I think the 49ers offense is just on fire right now. And I think that San Francisco wins this game and, despite all their injuries, gets the top seed. Elsewhere, Cardinals and Rams. LA would go in this thinking about their playoff seeding. They win this game, but it doesn't really impact it that much. They're still the 6th seed in the NFC. And that leaves our battle for the 2 seed in the NFC. Commanders and Eagles going at it in Philly. And I think the Eagles should have no problems with the Commanders. I think they win. Which leaves the Lions and the Bears going at it in Chicago. Now, the Bears have had plenty of problems with the Lions. After all, it was Detroit who blew out Chicago early on in the season. Now, based on that, it would have surprised everyone, I think, to hear that Chicago was the one that won the North, while Detroit missed the playoffs altogether. And it's because of that I want to pick the Lions on the basis of it being a bad matchup for Chicago. However, with all the injuries that the Lions have accumulated over the season, And going into this game, I don't think I can really trust Detroit to win this game. I'm going to take Chicago to win this game and earn the 2 seed in the NFC. So let's take a look at what this does to the playoff bracket. On the AFC side, Denver gets the bye. It would be Chargers at Patriots, Bills at Jaguars, and Texans at Ravens. On the NFC side, Niners get the bye. It will be Packers at Bears, Rams at Eagles, and Seahawks at Panthers. Without any further ado, that does it for my Week 18 picks. Here they are once again for your viewing pleasure. That said, I have been the Sports Quiz 101, and I will see you all later.